Now, the evidence that should lead is data and statistics, followed by expert evidence, while lived experience should be limited. The strongest evidence for this audience is data and statistics because it is objective and shows the patterns across large group of people, not just individual opinions. Unlike personal stories, data is collected from many respondents and can reveal long-term trends in society. For example, Pew Research Center's surveys shows that public opinion on major policy issues can change quickly after media coverage or political events, even when the factual information remains the same. This demonstrates that public opinion is highly influenced by news, emotions, and current events, rather than stable knowledge. As a result, public opinion is often unstable and unreliable as a guide for making serious policy decisions that affect millions of people. However, one limitation of data is that numbers do not always explain why people think the way they do. Statistics can show trends and patterns, but they cannot fully capture people's values, emotions, or moral concern behind public opinion. Data also risk over-implying complex social issues if it is not interpreted carefully. Therefore, while data is the strongest form of evidence, it is still needed to be supported by other sources of understanding. Next, expert evidence should follow. Experts help guide decisions making in complex areas such as economics, healthcare, and climate policy, where specialized knowledge is required. Public opinion often fails in this area because people's judgment are based more on feelings and personal beliefs rather than on scientific or technical understanding. Experts spend years studying this topic and use research evidence and professional training to evaluate different policy options. Their role is not to ignore the public, but to ensure that decisions are informed by accurate information and careful analysis rather than misinformation or emotional reactions. When expert evidence and data are combined, this source suggests that public opinion alone is not reliable and that decisions should be based mainly on research and professional knowledge. Data provides factual patterns while experts help interpret those patterns and apply them to the real-world problems. Together, they create a stronger and more balanced foundation for policy decisions than relying only on what is popular or emotionally appealing at the moment. As for lived experience, it should be the last on this list because it is based on emotions and personal opinion without seeing the whole picture. One person's experience cannot represent the need of society as a whole. Personal stories may be powerful and meaningful, but they are limited in scope and can be influenced by bias or individual circumstances. While lived experience can help policymakers understand how policy affect real people, it should only support decisions rather than lead them. So, as for the ranking, it is first data, and then supported by expert, and then last is the lived experience. Thank you.